This week at NASA. Technicians at the Kennedy Space Center's Launch Pad 39A will inspect and replace a vent seal to ensure Space Shuttle Discovery's safe launch, targeted for later this month. The 7-inch quick disconnect seal is located on the external tank's ground umbilical carrier plate, or gut. It connects to a vent line that carries hydrogen gas away from the pad as the external tank, or ET, is loaded with liquid hydrogen for launch. A recent analysis moved engineers to replace the seal with the same enhancements that led to a successful tanking test in December. A GUP seal leak caused the November 5th scrub of Discovery. STS-133 is now targeted to begin on February 24th, with a launch at 4:50 p.m. Eastern. NASA Administrator Charles Bolden was a guest speaker at the Federal Aviation Administration's 14th Annual Commercial Space Transportation Conference in Washington.
Industry has been our partner since our inception. We're ready to take this partnership to a new level and create the good jobs and economic opportunities that come with it.
The conference provided a forum for policymakers and technical experts to discuss developments in commercial space transportation and other related industries. The two-day event covered everything from suborbital flight vehicles and pressure suits to ground and launch systems processing. The event was co-sponsored by the American Institute of Aeronautics and Astronautics. This engine test was one of several events at which NASA senior leaders showed support for their commercial spaceflight partners. At the Stennis Space Center, Administrator Charlie Bolden was joined by the Associate Administrator for Exploration Systems Mission Directorate, Doug Cook, for the successful test fire of Aerojet Corporation's AJ-26 flight engine.
The whole NASA family is really proud whenever we're able to do something like this. We work every day to try to reach new heights because we look to reveal things that are previously unknown so that we can make life better here on Earth.
The AJ-26 will power the first stage of Orbital Sciences Corporation's Taurus II space launch vehicle. NASA has partnered with Orbital through the agency's ongoing Commercial Orbital Transportation Services Initiative. Under COTS, Orbital is scheduled to provide 8 commercial cargo flights to the International Space Station beginning early next year. In Boulder, Colorado, Deputy Administrator Lori Garver visited the Sierra Nevada Corporation, whose Dream Chaser vehicle is being developed with support from the agency's Commercial Crew Development Program. Dream Chaser would ferry astronauts to and from low Earth orbit. Both Garver's and Bolden's trips supported the 2010 NASA Authorization Act, which calls for the agency to work with commercial interests to develop new ways to access and explore space. At the Ames Research Center, scientists held a 3-day workshop to help local and regional communities better adapt to climate change. Topics included how to manage stormwater and energy demands, reduce the risk of wildfire, recover native and control invasive species in tidal marshes, and protect supplies of potable water. Ames followed the workshop by hosting a symposium on the impact of climate change, specifically on Ames and the Kennedy Space Center. NASA senior leaders and industry representatives met with members of the Virginia General Assembly at the annual Aerospace Day held in Richmond. Virginia has 4 times more high-paying jobs in the aerospace research and technology industry than the national average. Langley Center Director Lisa Rowe, Wallops Director William Roble, and Space Shuttle pilot Tony Antonelli were among those meeting with legislators and staff about how best to leverage this statistic into more prosperity for the Commonwealth's economy.
Thank you all for joining us for our 6th annual Aerospace Day here in Richmond.
The 2-day event also featured an interactive forum highlighting how education programs help prepare Virginia's future aerospace workforce. Antonelli and Assembly members made live connections with elementary and middle school students from 5 Virginia schools. Together, Langley Research Center and the Wallops Flight Facility provide more than 10,000 jobs that bring more than $1.2 billion a year to Virginia's economy. More than 300 aerospace firms annually contribute another $6 billion. Students at the Farabee Hope Elementary School in Washington received a special visit from NASA Associate Administrator for Education, Leland Melvin.
Hey guys, hello!